Welcome, Internet, to the Cable Trash Cast episode 6, I think. We're going to talk about the Adult Swim live action and syndicated shows. I'm your host, Occult Tuner, with other co-hosts Alex, Pale, and Royal. Introduce yourself, guys.
Alex. I don't know which order. I'm just going off of what it
Uh,
says here. I'm
just
Going in
Alex,
alphabetical order.
the Menace. I just exist here. I have social media. Just find my name somewhere. I don't know. Follow my yeah. I haven't done anything in a while. Just find me. I don't know. I'm a nice person to talk to sometimes.
Oh.
That's what they all say.
Yeah.
I'm the other Alex. I go by Alex Likes Toons. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. I try to be somewhat active on all of them. If not, I'm probably either busy with like other work or just working on something else, or I'm just too afraid to show it to anyone because I have a severe lack in confidence in my own ability.
We believe in you.
You gotta believe in yourself. We believe in you.
I believe that everyone I know is a goner.
Oh.
So yeah, that's me. Thank you for having me once again. For anyone wondering, if actually I don't even know what my own blood type is. Damn.
Damn.
I forgot what mine is.
Okay,
I don't
whatever. Blood type, social security, all down in the description. Next person.
I'd say a random string of numbers, but there's a chance that would be someone's actual social security number, so I don't want to do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Okay.
I'm I'm Pale Iguana. I do art sometimes when I'm not tired. Follow me at the Aquatic Bunny. I posted some nice art recently, so please like and retweet and comment.
Oh yeah, you posted art of my waifu. Thank you
Yes.
for that, Pale.
Ooh.
You're welcome. It was a lot of fun to draw.
What about you, Royal Foil?
Oh yeah, like you said, Royal Foil, and I do art sometimes too, and I got an account on Instagram, SoundCloud, and I'm starting an account on Redbubble so I can pimp myself out, you know.
Yes.
You
Jeez,
gotta get
Sell
that
my stuff.
dope.
gotta
Yep.
sell out. What?
Man.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Sell out.
Sell
Gotta
out.
sell out.
Not selling out if you buy in.
Well, I'm buying in products, so now I'm selling out.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Anything else? Anything else to promote, Royal Foil?
No sir.
All right. Let's just move on to the first topic. Just change up the pace and we'll talk about individual shows in this list. So first topic, Adult Swim shows is Family Guy. So we'll go from
The
last
best Adult Swim show.
Yeah.
So Royal Foil,
The only good.
you can go first.
The only good one.
Yes.
We really lost the real one with Family Guy. I mean, even though Family Guy is being replaced with Joe Pera Talks with You, I mean that's a decent enough replacement for Family
Yeah.
Guy. And plus, American Dad's still on there, so that's something.
Right.
But you know, with Family Guy, the first couple of seasons or so, because afterwards it got kind of weird with how the characters started reacting to stuff.
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so like it got to the point where they're not really a family anymore.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah, the title is kind of an
Yeah, no.
artifact title.
Yeah, no. It's Family Guy is very Flanderized at this point.
yeah, like the biggest example is how they talk to Stewie. Like, they just talk to him like he's just a normal, like, just a
It's
normal regular kid, even though he's supposed to be a baby.
honestly at this point, Family, it's just a vehicle to make like pop culture references and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, especially with like, you know, the more Disney sort of thing. Where I mean, I'm surprised that Disney even lets them get away with some stuff still. But I guess since it's been on for so long, it doesn't really matter.
Well, they
Yeah.
got the Simpsons movie on there, and they didn't cut that. Like, look at me, I'm the head of an evil corporation, or the mascot of an
Yeah.
evil corporation
Ah.
joke. So
Disney is just
Did they keep
owning it.
Well, yeah, they are because they're not going to silence it because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the Simpsons say; they still own them at the end of the day.
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, it's like 32 seasons or so at this point. Like, doesn't matter to Disney.
It's like how every show on Fox constantly makes fun of Fox News.
Yeah. Yeah, so like with the Simpsons movie, they kept the part where Bart has his what out.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I always found it weird that they didn't censor that in Disney.
PG-13 penis. Let's go.
But to not get lost,
PG-13 underaged penis.
underage. Yeah, I was like,
to keep to just keep on topic. Anything else to say?
That's why animation is superior. You can't do that in live action.
Anything else to say about Family Guy, Royal Foil?
I mean, it was kind of nice that Adult Swim brought Family Guy up from the dark pits of hell.
Twice.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty crazy if you think about it. It's like with all these Fox shows like Futurama, Family Guy, even American Dad to some extent. A couple years ago, it went from Fox to TBS. And the TBS American Dads are not very good, but
Nope.
doesn't matter because it's been on for so long. Just
I mean,
milking
all
the
of Seth
cow.
MacFarlane's animated shows, the ship sailed a long time ago.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised
Like
American.
he's just I'm pretty sure he's put all of his effort into the Orville now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
I definitely have watched that show.
I'm surprised American Dad is still going.
There's actually I'm surprised how many like parodies of how many like comedies based around like the Star Trek style are now because you have like Lower Decks and you also have the Orville.
Oh wait, that's another thing too. It seems like in, like the newer episodes of Family Guy, there's not really that many like.
Continue on, Foil.
He's so upset that Family Guy's gone.
Ah!
Why can't they be real?
But let's see. Oh yeah, there's not really that many sci-fi references in some of these newer episodes that I noticed. Because it seemed like in the some of those earlier seasons, and then there was that one episode where they had the cast of the Star Trek. What was it? The Next Generation.
Yeah, that was like, and the whole joke was that they got the cast of Star Trek, and that was the joke.
Eh,
To be fair, was kind of funny because it's just Stewie carting them around all day.
yeah.
It's money well spent.
True.
But yeah, but that's pretty much it on my end.
Nice. Favorite episode though?
Oh yeah, right. Okay. So one of the two episodes I can really think of on top of my head that I really love was the episode where Peter had raised those baby chicks in his beard. Remember that one?
Yeah, I don't really like single episodes as much as I like single bits from the show. The best episodes for me are probably the Road 2 episodes.
Oh yeah, they're pretty
yeah,
enjoyable.
I like
Because
those.
they're written by the Phineas and Ferb guys.
That's cool.
Okay, we'll move on to Pale. Then your thoughts on Family Guy?
It's a show. It's an adult series. I think it's okay. I don't really care for
Oh.
it. Sorry.
The only place
Wow.
any of us watch it at this point is on YouTube in clips.
Yeah, that's the only way I like it. I'm sorry.
It's good as like
All the
little
jokes cut
bite-sized
out.
bits.
What little jokes they have is just cut out.
Yep.
Yep.
Kinda-
Honestly, Family Guy should just become that at this point.
Yeah. Just
Like do shorts on YouTube.
That's just Robot
that's just
Chicken.
Robot Chicken.
Yeah. They become
You
Robot
either die a
Chicken.
hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Damn. Oof.
Robot Chicken is just Family Guy skits, and the Royals is just Family Guy story.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh god.
Ouch. You're so right though.
Anything else to add, Pale? Even though you were wrong.
No, what do you mean? I'm right. I'm right.
Why you booing me?
Oh.
I'm right.
I'm right.
Uh, I like Stewie, I guess.
Stewie has
I
a
like
few
the-
good lines.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
If I had a favorite episode, it would be the one where Brian died. I'm like, yes, fine.
Brian, no!
That one was pretty funny.
Brian,
Yeah.
look out!
And then they retconned it. I'm like, damn
Oh,
it.
dude, I was so sad. I went out and got a tattoo.
Oh,
That guy sucked.
I'm afraid our dog Brian Griffin is dead.
Anything else, Pale?
no, that's it.
I guess I'll just move on to me.
My husband Peter Griffin is fat and has glasses.
I really like Family Guy. Even even when it declined in quality, I still watched it.
It's past the point of giving a shit.
Yeah.
Like
Like,
there's
I
an
can
entire
talk shit
episode.
about it. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Like there's an entire episode where like the whole premise is that they're just begging for an Emmy. Like the joke with Family Guy at this point is like, yeah, we know it's shit. What are you gonna do about it? You're
Yeah.
still gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Yep.
like you know shit, and still you want to watch it, and it's gonna keep on going.
They'll never die. 400 seasons and 100 movies. Let's go. Although I'll give this, there is I think which
The show needs to end with like it becomes real and the real life Peter Griffin ends the show.
Oh yeah.
that'll be freaking sweet.
That would
Yeah,
be,
no,
that would actually that would it would be called the freaking sweet finale.
The freaking
It'll be a 1 hour special.
hell yeah.
That'd be great.
I think a couple seasons back there was a couple episodes where I feel like they were just dragging up the jokes. I remember one episode where the joke was just Stewie saying this one rich woman's name that was really long, and they did
Oh,
it.
yeah.
They did it like
I don't
3
remember.
times. That's probably the lowest point for me.
Yeah, there's so many like Family Guy jokes that drag on for way too long. And like the first time they do it, it's funny, but then like they keep doing there was the one thing where I think where they tried the lease. There's like a 1980 whatever brought us the gayest music video ever, and it showed like it played the entirety of the music video for Dancing in the Street.
Oh yeah, they do that a lot. It's like they just use a bunch of live action.
Like the Conway. Yeah, they started doing that later in like the late 2000s era episodes, like the Conway Twitty stuff.
I kept waiting for like it to cut away, but it just plays out the whole music video, even like the fade out.
Yep.
Episode that had like, the Razzle Dazzle or whatever it was.
Chad show.
And then, just to finish up my segment, I think my favorite episode so far is when Peter wants to make Chris a Jew just so he can be good at math.
Oh, I thought you meant the. Oh, never mind. I was thinking the.
Oh no!
Oh, when you wish upon the Weinstein episode.
Yeah. That didn't the
I thought it was
ADL
just 'cause
come out against that?
I thought. No,
There was like some group that was upset about it.
Well, I think Seth MacFarlane was worried that would happen, but he like talked to like all the Jewish crew on the show about like before making the episode if it's okay, and all of them were okay with it. I don't think it happened. I think they actually liked the episode because they kind of. I mean, also just the message that Peter's an idiot, like
Right.
Yeah.
like
racist jokes
like
are
I think
not
they
really-
actually.
If you're gonna do a
Yeah.
racist joke, you need to make the butt of the joke needs to be the people who are ignorant and racist, not the race. That's what like
Yeah.
racist jokes
Yeah.
are really meant to do. It's meant to take the concept of racism and whittle it down into something ridiculous and stupid and show that it's stupid.
Like, I think that episode really highlights how dumb Peter is while still being like really caring. as a father because
Right.
he genuinely cares about Chris, unlike later seasons where he's straight up just an asshole for no reason.
Right.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he shoots Meg in one episode. I can't remember. Like as a
And he's just
cutaway,
like,
like gag.
hi, Dad.
Like, hey,
Bang.
Dad. It's really funny it's really funny sometimes,
Oh
but
yeah.
like when you think
Family
about it,
out
it's
of
like,
context Family Guy is the best Family Guy because there is no context in the show.
True.
I will say there are some points where like there was like a recent episode where it almost threatened to be good and stick the land because like basically it was the episode where Lois tries to get like customer of the week.
Oh
And
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And initially, as like I was like, because the concept is really good. She just gets so obsessed with it that she like ends up hurting someone, and her character stays consistent throughout most of it. And I thought like, okay, if they just stick the landing, it'd be perfect. But in the end, she just gets caught, and that's it. Like, there's no like big like she doesn't really you don't really see her get her comeuppance that much, and she just goes back to her regular behavior. Like the payoff doesn't feel good enough. But the build up was so good. I'm like, oh my god, this is actually a really funny episode so far.
Yep. And then another favorite episode of mine is the Apocalypse episode.
yeah, like wait, you're talking about the Y2K one?
Yeah, the Y2K
Yeah, yeah.
one.
Oh, I love that one. Yeah,
I
yeah.
like the ending of that one. Where just like it gets the actors from Dallas is like, I had a horrible dream.
Oh yeah.
He's like, it was an episode of Family Guy. It's like, what's Family Guy?
Was family.
Uh,
Anyway, we'll move on to Alex too. Your thoughts on Family Guy?
Oh, 1 sec. Go to Royal for a sec.
Wait, what?
What? I guess
Or
we'll
you
just
went.
skip over to Alex and Menace. Your thoughts on Family Guy?
The superior Alex. No, I love you,
The
Alex.
superior.
No. I love the first 3 seasons. Well, you guys can hear me just fine, right?
Yeah. I can
Yeah.
hear
Oh yeah,
you.
we can.
Okay, just make sure my audio is like Wi-Fi, but I don't know. The first 3 seasons I love. I own them on DVD. Volume 1 and 2, as it's known. I think the first season, because I don't know. I think those seasons like may I don't know. They had a good balance between like pathos of like almost sort of like Simpsons-esque, except not as much. Like those early Simpsons episodes used to be very like pathos driven, like very like a lot of family moments and whatever. Like Family Guy was never really that kind of show, but it definitely had it in those early days. And its comedy was kind of I think it worked because there was like according to Seth MacFarlane in some like interview at the time, he was like they had to like really fight with the network on like what kind of jokes they can do. So like sometimes if they were told no, they'd have to like the kind of the John K. Ren Stimpy route. They'd have to be a little more creative, like to get around it. It's like
Mhm.
which a limitation breeds creativity.
Right.
A lot of times, and I think it worked in that show's favor because like they can't be just like, oh, we're gonna have Peter like gouge out a whale and for 2 minutes, with a forklift or whatever. So they have to be a little more creative. Versus later on, once the show came back, the Fox like, oh, you guys can do whatever you want, and then I don't know. I still think the seasons after the cancellation were pretty funny. Like there's a lot of really funny episodes or jokes or whatever. Like there's the Mel Gibson one, the Passion of the Christ too.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why
Five.
that's really funny.
Episode after cancellation
Is
too.
it?
With Chris Tucker.
Yeah, crucify this. Yeah. Let thou who has not sinned kick the first ass. Yeah. Yeah.
That's like
I don't know.
t-shirt
Like,
good. I love that.
yeah. There's a lot of good stuff in the later season. The seasons after cancellation, but it does lose a little bit of its kind of character stuff. Like, you don't have like an episode where Brian gets to know that old lady who's like really mean, and then Brian like kind of gets to know her better, and like kind of they kind of fall for each other. And then in the same episode, like Peter has to take care of the baby birds in his beard.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, or there's like Brian Portrait of a Dog or whatever, where Peter or Brian leaves the house, and then they all realize they miss Brian, and there's like a funny gag where they get like a cat, and the cat's really evil and mean to them.
And he looks like Stewie too. Like he's got
Yeah,
that.
yeah, it looks like the same football shaped head.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah.
There was a recent episode of Family Guy that was kind of funny. The one with the cats.
Oh, you talking about the one where it was like Quagmire had all those cats and stuff, and he just became a cat dude, lady.
Well, like basically, the Griffin family gets a cat, and the cat tries to turn Meg into a cat lady.
Oh yeah, the cat
Oh,
talk.
okay, yeah.
And it's like, you're too late. She's already knitted the Minnie Mouse sweater, and once she puts it on, she'll be mine. And then Quagmire comes in. It's like, no, let me do it. Like, Quagmire, don't. No, it's too late. I'm too far gone.
No, but yeah, we can jump back to Alex, but yeah, I don't know. I think the first 3 seasons are genuinely great. Not like, oh, for Family Guy standards. Like, I genuinely love the first 3 seasons. It's some of my, I don't know if I'd say favorite stuff ever, but it's comforting. Like, I can put on anything from the first 3 seasons and be like, yeah, this is funny. This will help me feel good.
Yeah, it's good. It's like a good background noise show. It's like a show you put on when you're like on the couch, kind of like drifting in and out.
Yeah, it's like
Just like
you
every
reminded me
Adult
of a
Swim show.
gag where Peter's. You just reminded me of a gag, and sorry, you said drifting in and out, where Peter's just. I forgot some later. Might be season 5 or 6. I don't know. Peter's saying something completely nonsensical, and then Brian's like, "Do you ever hear yourself? Like, do you ever listen to yourself speak?" And Peter's like, "I drift in and out." Like, just very nonchalantly admits, like, "Oh, I don't really listen to myself talking sometimes." Like, just but yeah, I don't know. Family Guy. I will defend that show with my life. Well, the first 3 seasons, and then kind of the ones after that, and then I don't care too much. But
like
Alex,
it isn't.
too.
Oh yeah, I can.
Alex
just,
too. You can go ahead.
Like, I wouldn't say that it has like the same from the beginning. It didn't have like as strong of like an emotional core as The Simpsons did, but the characters were so likable and bounced off of each other well enough that you didn't really care.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now it kind of like nowadays it just feels like really really mean spirited and doesn't really have that much levity to balance it out.
Yeah.
But I will say it's like it still has its moments because a part of it is also just like when you have a show go on for so long and go through so much stuff, eventually you're going to get burnt out. Eventually you're going to start retrotting old ground or doing stale stuff, and like it's like Saturday Night Live too, because like Saturday Night Live will still put out good skits. Family Guy will still do good jokes and cutaways. It's like it's honestly, I feel like it'd be a fun show to work on though, because Family Guy shows no signs of going anywhere, and it's gonna have like a steady viewer base because it's Family Guy. People are like, oh, okay, I'll just put this on, and I feel like people would be able to. I feel like the writers and stuff would be able to experiment more because it's like, it's Family Guy. Who cares? People are gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Let's drop some Disney references here and there.
Oh yeah, especially now they're gonna be. I think they've already made a joke about how they're owned by Disney.
Yep. I think there was like a whole episode where they did something like that.
It
was
sounds like
called
something they would do.
I don't know. I don't. I've seen the latest season, but I don't remember anything Disney related that they have done.
Oh, one thing would be really funny if they do like an episode where they parody Disney movies, and then for the last one they do the Terminator, and it's like, you might be wondering why we're doing the Terminator. It's like, why are you doing the Terminator? Disney doesn't own them yet.
Yet.
There's just like some movie that isn't even
I will
owned by
be so
Disney.
mad. I hope they. I love the first 2 Terminator movies. I'm like, I'd be so mad if Disney owned them, but yeah.
They did do the Terminator one actually. There was a Terminator episode of Family Guy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, was it an episode? I just remember it was like they travel back to the pilot. But they travel to different dimensions, and one of them, like, because Brian stopped 9/11 from happening.
Yeah.
And then, like, because of that, like, Bush and the South, like, Bush didn't win re-election, and then the South rose again, and then it's like Joe's like the Terminator. Yeah, and it's funny because Joe's like a Terminator, and I don't know.
Ribbity.
Quagmire's. Yep.
There was like a recent Family Guy episode where like Peter is a Terminator and comes back to kill Stewie.
I don't remember that.
Modern Family Guy is not that good. I only keep up with Family Guy through clips on YouTube, and that's it.
I saw I saw some random clip where like Joe meets Peppa Pig.
Oh God.
Like that's like from like a year ago. Wait,
Is
wow.
it like an
This is
actual
this is
skit?
no, this is pre-quarantine. Wow. I think this might have been like February 2020. It was like trending on Twitter because it's like Joe meets Peppa Pig. Like he goes over to Peppa Pig's house. It's like a skit from an episode. Like not skit, a cutaway gag. Um, and I don't remember it because I thought it was funny because it's just really weird seeing Family Guy, Peppa. I don't know. It's just funny.
Yeah,
It has its moment. It has its moments. I don't know.
They
beat her,
This pig is really British.
yeah.
There was like there was like a
better
skit
way-
where like Peter meets Caillou's dad.
Oh yeah, his beta dad.
Yeah, it's like oh, you're watching Caillou. It's like in Canada all men have vaginas.
Damn.
It's
Hey.
true.
They even
Hey.
made a Blues reference too.
Yeah, you can tell the demographic of the people working on the show is people like our age now.
It's
Because like
starting to skew younger and younger, which is kind of
yeah,
interesting
now-
to see.
yeah, because the early seasons, which is also part of why I get annoyed with the Family Guy just to rip off of the Simpsons thing, is that the early seasons, like its reference point is like very 70s, 80s, and below. Like it has more in common with like what's that one animated show from the 70s, like Wait Till Your Father Gets Home or something like that. It's like the first adult, quote unquote, adult animated show.
Right. The whole like Simpsons did it first thing is just like, well, yeah, well, the Simpsons ripped off the Flintstones, and the Flintstones ripped off the
The
Honeymooners.
Honeymooners.
Yeah, everything's been done before. It's just a matter of like how you do it.
Well, I just also meant tonally, The Simpsons is like firmly set in its time period of like that late 80s, early 90s sensibilities with its pop culture references because they do some like they reference like the Tim Burton Batman movie when that was like a new thing, and like when Maggie no Lisa looks in the mirror and breaks it and something like that. I don't know, but
The Simpsons is also
like
a
it
lot
firmly
more,
set.
like, it still maintains like its emotional core, and it still feels a lot more lighthearted all these years later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, Family Guy was more cartoonish since day one. Like, it did not care
Yeah.
about like how realistic it was trying to be versus Simpsons.
yeah.
Like, sort of
Absolutely.
try to
Yeah,
be.
like I'm
Anyhow.
Yeah.
really surprised
Kind-
that Matt Groening said that he wanted the characters to be more realistic. Like you're dealing with mutant yellow people.
Anyhow, let's move on to the next topic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I
Not to
could talk
take
about
up,
Family
not
Guy
to
for a
take
whole
up.
podcast.
Oh
Maybe we'll make another podcast just for Family Guy.
no!
Oh,
anyway,
Okay.
anyway, let's move on to the next one. Is home movies.
Home movies.
So yeah, Alex Menace, your thoughts on that?
Home movies is awesome. I remember when it was like it was like the first I think syndicated show on Adult Swim or whatever. I
It launched
think
with
it's
Adult Swim, I think.
yeah. I don't know if it was other shows that were at the time, but yeah yeah. It was just like it was. It's weird because it's like not an Adult Swim original, but it fits right at home with their shows at the time. Like in terms of kind of the more static animation, and kind of more dialogue driven, kind of postmodern, like kind of dry sense of humor where it's just very kind of ironic and casual about
Yeah,
itself.
there's no music or anything. It's like it's super dry.
Yeah, and I don't know, just like the characters and stuff like that, like the guy. Also, I've always people made the connection, but like our main character are on the same because no
Brendan?
at the same no yeah I was gonna make a point about the main characters, but yeah, Brendan, the main characters for that show in Futurama, like I always thought they looked similar.
Ooh.
Yeah, Fry
like-
and Brendan.
Brendan and Fry. It looks like a Pokemon evolution.
Yeah, because they would air at around the same time. So as a kid, I'd always like a little kid because I was pretty young. Would associate the two shows a lot, even though they had nothing in common. But it's just like, well, they look similar, and also like Leela like has purple hair, and on the show like his friend has like purple hair, or the mom. No, the mom has purple hair.
By my shiny metal ass, Brendan.
Yeah. and Coach McGurk could be like who's the space captain?
Good
from
news, everyone.
Futurama?
Zap Brannigan.
No, yeah, Zap Brannigan. Yeah.
In a game of chess, you can never let the opponent see your pieces.
Yeah, I don't know. There's just like weird stuff like that I always made connections to. But no, home movies. It was like a. It was I don't know. How do I describe it? It's just like it's funny, but it's like nice. I don't know.
It's
It's
cozy.
fairly tame. Like it's a pretty tame show for an adult show. Like it's like very yeah cozy. Like if you weren't paying attention to the dialogue and didn't speak English, you could potentially think it's like one of those shows for like little kids. Because it's very comforting. Like it has like
Right.
Blue's Clues energy, where it's like very quiet and peaceful.
Yeah.
I can see that.
That sounds like
it
a weird
feels
way to
like-
describe the show as Blue's Clues energy, but
From how you're describing it, it sounds like kind of like a Powerpuff Girls situation. It's like we weren't really making the show for any demographic. We made it for us, and it just happened to like fall under a certain demographic or a certain age rating.
yeah, I don't know. I just like it also because he's like a filmmaker, and that's like I don't know. I like stuff that's about people who are
The
shows that are
creative
about people who are
process.
yeah, like Mission Hill, which I don't know if we'll talk about that later because that did air on Adult Swim, but
I still need to
like
watch
Mission Hill, where that's
Hill.
about that's about an anime. Well, it's not about, but our
You know,
main
it's syndicated.
character is an animator, right?
Yeah.
Or he wanted to be an animator. I don't know. Or home movies where it's like a kid who wants to be like a filmmaker. It's like I don't know. I like
Yeah.
stuff like that. I don't know. Home movies is good. I should get the DVD one day because I like those old Adult Swim DVDs.
I haven't really seen a lot of home movies. I've seen like bits and pieces of it. I like I do from what I've seen, I do like the character of Coach McGurk, and I really should watch home movies. I don't know if it's on HBO Max or not, but
Oh yeah, it is.
I think it is.
I think it is.
ooh,
I'll have
nice.
Yeah.
to. I have to check.
Also, I think the show is on the Adult Swim's website.
Yeah.
I think for free. So
Oh yeah, there's like a
For
bunch
free.
of anyone like listening, even if you don't have like a certain cable package or anything, there are just like whole like you can watch entire Adult Swim series on their website for free. Not like
like-
some
yeah,
of the,
they're very
not
cool
like-
about that.
yeah, not the bigger ones like Rick and Morty, but a lot of like smaller Adult Swim series are just straight up on their website for free.
Yeah, but they got like Fully Cooley
Space
and
Ghost.
Yeah, you can watch
Coastal
all of
Shell.
Fully Cooley on Adult Swim for free right
Oh yeah,
now.
I forgot.
Ghost in
I
the
should.
Shell.
Oh yeah, I should do that. Yeah, I forgot.
You can also watch Xavier completely for free on the Adult Swim site.
Yeah,
That
it's
show
sick.
looks like it was made for free, so they better not make you pay for it.
God, that would have been a fun show to work on.
Oh
Or
yeah.
12-ounce mouse, which is that's on HBO Max also. But
yeah, that's a do whatever show.
man, Knock 4 should have gone picked up if 12-ounce mouse got. But whatever. Well, we're talking about their syndicated stuff, not originals.
Yeah. So Alex, too. Anything else to add for home movies?
Sadly, no, I haven't really seen enough of it to make claims about it.
Okay, I'll move on to myself then. It's just I'll keep it short because I really like home movies and I kind of relate to Brendan on wanting to be a filmmaker, but I kind of fell into a different career path in my life, and
Right.
I kind of do feel that this is one of those passion projects from I think the guy's name is the same name, like Brendan Small or something.
yeah, it's like Loki kind of based on
Like
his.
Yeah.
autobiographical.
I think that adds more charm to it. Like, it's just him expressing his own desires and his personal life in a crudely drawn animated show. Last thing I'll add is Coach McGurk is the best guy ever. Best character in the series. And Brendan's mom is a MILF. That's it. I'll move on.
She got them doodle hands.
She got them doodle hands. What do them doodle
Come on,
hands do?
take-
I'll move on to Pale.
Hi. Yes. Home movie. It's a show. Pretty much like Alex too. I've seen bits and pieces. I haven't seen a lot of it. I think there might be like I think I recall there's like a reference to one of the characters, Clarence. I think.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
they got Brendan made a. I think they had them on as writers too. It was like an
Yeah.
episode that was mostly improv.
Yeah,
Like you
they
working at a Blockbuster or something.
yep. They
Not much
appeared
to say.
they appeared in a Clarence episode, and they also appeared in an episode of Bob's Burgers.
Oh shit. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they've that show has its you can find little references and stuff.
Yeah. I like stuff like that. It's neat.
Anything else to add, Pale?
No.
All right, move on to Royal Foil. Your thoughts on whole movies?
All right, so I'm kind of the same boat where I haven't really watched the show that much. But one thing I could say about the first season is I really like the squiggle vision that the characters have.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a good style that needs to. I I would say it's not really present. I would want it to come back.
Oh yeah, because like that and Dr. Katz, I think that's like the same production company too.
Yeah, soup to nuts.
Yeah,
Nice.
but yeah, that's about it. I can really say. Oh wait. Also, the finale that I saw on YouTube, it hit pretty hard. Obviously, I can't say what happens, but if you watch the whole show through, I'm sure, and yeah, it's something.
Oh, time to watch the whole thing all over again.
Go.
But I really wished I watched that show
It's a pretty good
instead
show.
of watching crap like Tropical Cocktails. But we'll get that later.
It's a pretty good show. I recommend it. Okay, we'll move on to next topic. Futurama. So, Royal Foil, you can go first. Your thoughts on Futurama?
Okay,
Oh.
so again, I know this is kind of a controversial opinion or so, but
Careful what you say. I had to kick you out.
it's been a while since I watched Futurama, and there's some episodes that I do really like. Like, let me see, the one where Soyberg finds this girl that I think she
Aw.
can't
Oh,
sense anything.
the Dragon Woman
Yeah, she-
from Games of Thrones.
Oh, that's who voiced her.
I think it was her.
Really?
I like the twist at the end of that episode too, where like he decides to give her the surgery because like he loves her so much, but then it turns out she just hates the smell of like flowers and stuff and loves the smell of trash.
Yeah. And let's see, the episode about Bender creating his own planet. But the problem is,
That's the
I
best.
don't-
That's my favorite.
but
Godfellas
I
is
haven't
so good.
watched enough of Futurama. That's the sad part.
Would
it's not
recommend.
that bad.
It's
I'm
good.
gonna say like The Simpsons is better than Futurama, but I don't know about that.
I think they're both comparable. I think Futurama suffered less of like a decline.
no,
What?
I don't know. I just like saying no.
Oh.
No.
I was about to say, square off, square off.
I thought it was gonna be because it's the Comedy Central era Futurama episodes. Maybe.
The movie episodes.
Oh, the movie episodes were good.
Oh no, I haven't.
No.
Wrong, Alex.
Like,
Oh wait, I also remember the Simpsons and Futurama crossover too. Not that bad.
that was kind of fun.
That was a weird
Yeah.
crossover, though.
Yeah, especially with seeing Homer and Bender like interacting. That was probably like the best parts of the episode.
Wasn't that the last we saw of all the Futurama characters officially?
I think so, because I think
Maybe.
Futurama went off in like 2012, 13, something like that, and Simpsons crossover came out I think 2014, 15, something like that.
I have to look it up.
But yeah, that's pretty much about it. Just keep it brief.
All right. Elle, your thoughts on Futurama?
I like it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember when it was on Netflix, I remember watching a good chunk of the Like before that, I saw it like as a teenager, and I was like, yeah, I like this show. Might be generic, but I like most of the Christmas episodes. Like the ones with where it focus on Leela's like backstory, and I'm damn, feels.
Oh, with the mutants.
Eels.
Yes, like oh,
Seward.
That's good.
yes. Um, like it more than The Simpsons?
No,
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 just
that's my
no.
that.
time
No,
to
that's me
square
back
up.
joking. No, don't say that.
You can't say that, pal. That's illegal.
No, well, then no. Then fine, I'll say it again. I like it more.
Jail.
That's okay. I
Hey.
stand by my word.
Anything else?
Why do you hate The Simpsons?
I don't hate. I just like Futurama more. I'm sorry.
Anything else to add, pal?
No, that's it.
All right, I'll just move on to me. I'll keep it short. Is just I really like Futurama. It's probably one of my favorite cartoons growing up. I love all the cast. Zoidberg is best boy.
Yeah, he's trying his best.
I didn't think
Hello,
of it.
friends.
I didn't think it ever really declined in quality, but I could be wrong. I just enjoyed it.
You are.
Val, this is it's my
Everything's
podcast. Everything I say is true.
Facts. Only facts.
This is gospel.
I think if it's probably like equally as good as The Simpsons. At least it had the decency to end eventually.
Yeah. Oof.
Unlike
Yeah.
I love The Simpsons. I'm a big fan of them,
Yeah.
but man, they've been going on for so long. Just let it die
End it.
already.
Please.
Same with Family Guy.
Yeah.
Well,
It's gonna
Family
be-
Guy, that's not that's called. It's Fox that won't let the show end.
Damn it,
Simpsons
Fox.
can't die.
Need to
What?
cancel.
They can't die.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
Disney's
know about
gonna
The
keep
Simpsons, but at least
around.
with
Disney's gonna keep the Simpsons around as long as they're gonna use it to promote all their other stuff, like because they got that Loki special.
Yeah, Loki
yeah, that was
special. They
really
got
cool.
that Star Wars special.
They had a Bill Cipher cameo.
yeah, and Alex Hirsch is very happy. It's like, oh my gosh, this is like my favorite show ever, referencing my creation.
My God,
Buy
I'm shaking
crypto.
Bye, Crypt.
That's good.
That's all I had to
Cool.
say. So I'll just move on to Alex too.
Futurama, I would say out of like the Fox lineup, I would say it's my favorite. I think it's
Oh.
been pretty consistent. Like it's had dips in quality over the years, but overall I'd say it stayed pretty consistently good. And I was sad to see it end, but this was like in a time before I realized what having a show go on for too long would do. Like I feel like it has a good ending, and the best part about it is that if you don't like one ending, there are technically 3 different canonical endings to the series. There was the Fox run ending, the movie ending, and then the Comedy Central ending. And actually, I love Into the Wild Green Yonder was a lot of fun.
Okay. Gee, Futurama, how come you get 3 endings?
And I can't end.
Anything else to add, Alex?
And I would say Godfellas is probably my favorite episode because it has like the best portrayal of God that I've ever seen in like any sort of media. It's so clever.
Yeah, it's like if he does, like, if he does too much, people become reliant on him. But like if he doesn't do enough, then people won't believe in him. So it's like a steady balance or something.
Right. I love that quote. It's like if you do everything right, people won't be sure if you've done anything at all.
Damn.
Damn, I wish God would do more for me.
So
but...
deep.
Yeah, that's how it ends. It's just like, we'll let God sort him out. It's like, are you crazy? God's not gonna bother with just 2 guys. That's like that. People always are like, oh yeah, God will sort it out. It's like, why do you think we have doctors and medicine and stuff?
like that one raft joke where like the guy's drowning and it's like, oh, like a guy with a boat pulls up and it's like, oh, like I'm here to say, do you need help? It's like, no, God will help me, and then he leaves, and then another boat shows up and it's like, and then another boat shows up like an hour later and it's like, do you need help? It's like, no, God will save me. And then the guy drowns and then he goes to heaven and then he meets God and he's like, God, well, like what the fuck? Why didn't
Why you save
why
me?
didn't like I was praying to you? Why didn't you save me? And then God's like, I did, you idiot. I sent those 2 boats out to
He's like,
get
I
you.
tried. Well, you expect a beam of light to come down from the heavens?
Yeah, it's just people. Well, not to get into religious talk, but yeah, people. It's a
Right,
commentary on
but
stuff
like,
Yeah.
but yeah, basically, it's just the whole idea that like there's no such like, who's to say whether or not there's such a thing as it explores the idea of religion really well, particularly like monotheistic religion. It's neat.
Yeah. As we can move on to Alex Menace, your thoughts on Futurama?
So Futurama sucks. Rick and Morty's better. No.
I can't see you right here.
I will say Rick and Morty
Rick-
did kind of fill the void left by
Nope.
Futurama for a while.
Oh
You're
yeah,
getting
For a while. Yeah.
2 seasons.
Yeah. I can't believe Rick and Morty ended after season 2. What a great show.
What?
Good
Yep.
ending.
It's
Rick
so
in
sad that it ended on
prison.
a cliffhanger, though.
Yeah, it's like all the good shows like Panty and Stocking. But uh, I just compared Rick and Morty to Panty and Stocking, but no, Futurama. I think it's a really good show. I'm a little passive aggressive with it sometimes because I think it's a little funny sometimes just to be like that with that show because it's like held in such high regard, and I'm like, I'm Team Simpsons, so when people are like better than the Simpsons, I'm like, you take that back. But no, it's a really good show. I don't really care about the Comedy Central episodes, but I've also haven't seen enough of those episodes to be like, oh, like they suck or something. Like I've seen like a couple here and
Yeah.
there, and it's like, oh, they're fine. I don't know, but
They
the
never got
original.
bad.
Well, I mean, again, I can't really say much about like those episodes, but at least the first 4 seasons, like the Fox era, um, it's pretty great. It's great. It's not like an easy way to think about this is like it could have gone the easy way out and kind of start off what American Dad originally was, which is basically just Family Guy but with the CIA. Before that developed its own identity, I guess people say that, but I haven't seen enough of later American Dad. But people seem to um it's like it's not like The Simpsons' sense of humor or its world. Like it feels very different. Like it's I don't know how to describe it, but I don't know. I like the sci-fi aspects of it and the world, like especially the first couple episodes where you're a fish out of water as Fry, and you're trying to the worlds around you, like the suicide boots and going to the moon. There's that one planet where Fry accidentally drinks the emperor of the planet or
Yeah.
something. It's more emotional episodes like talk about the dog episode, but the one that for me as a kid.
More.
Mhm. No, for me as a kid, the episode that made me like very have weird existential dread, because for some reason as a 6 or 7 year old I had a lot of existential dread, but um it's the episode where like Fry gets stung by like a bee trying to save Leela.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, and then it's just like I haven't seen it in years. I just remember it like as a kid, it like I don't think it traumatized. I mean, I still remember it, so I guess it traumatized me. I guess, but it was just like her feeling guilt or sadness over like Fry dying or whatever, and it's like, oh, it's she has like dreams about him. Like, it's not your fault. It's okay, and it's like, it's just kind of like an episode about like kind of acceptance and moving on and trying to like forgive and forget and stuff like that. And
Right.
I don't know. I remember being really sad as a kid because I'm like, Fry died. I mean, he didn't actually die, but like,
The
it's like
punchline at the end of that episode was really good. It's like, oh no, the venom hit you. The stinger went right through me.
yeah. But no, yeah, it's like episodes like that are like really heavy because it's like it's I guess with its sci-fi setting it can do certain stuff. The Simpsons can do very good sentimental, emotional stuff, but like I guess from darker stuff like that, like The Simpsons, I don't think has an episode quite like that, except maybe when Homer eats the puffer fish and he thinks he has
Yeah.
like 24 hours to live or something. But that's still a little different because it's a little funnier for most of the episode. But then
Right.
I don't know. I think Futurama is good at kind of doing darker topics because of its
Yeah.
sci-fi setting and whatever. But it can also be
Just
really
like-
funny.
There's like there can be a lot more like weight to emotional beats in the show just because of like a lot of the emotional ties exist because of things that happened like so far back in the past.
Yeah.
So it can
Yeah.
it can make it really hurt a lot more, like with Seymour, like knowing that he waited until he died and just like
Oh,
thousands and thousands of years.
You made it sad when you pointed out he waited until he died. But yeah,
Yeah, because he's like
Yeah,
just,
'cause-
like the episode ends with him just like lying down because he's just so tired. It's so sad.
Because it is sad.
yeah.
That episode is
there's also-
sad. That's the episode where Fry meets his mom is also really sad.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was a Comedy Central one where he's able to see his mom for the first time in years, and it isn't even his
There's
real
a-
mom. It's just like in his thoughts.
No, it is his real mom.
Mama?
It's
Well,
her.
it's
It's
his
her
memory,
dream.
It's his me-
It's her dream from the past. And what's this? The little creature like brought him back there for a few minutes.
Nibbler.
Nibbler, yeah.
Nibbler.
The boy, the good.
Yeah.
Because things
Baby.
happen. Because things happen that wouldn't be in his memory. So it was her dream, or at least her memory.
Oh yeah, I remember. Oh god, that ending was so good.
There's also the episode where they go. It's like a time travel thing. Like they travel so far into the future or something. Like Fry gets stuck in like a. Whatever, he misses something with like a date with Leela or something, and then like
Yeah.
he tries.
Oh yeah.
It's almost like Click. I hate that I'm comparing it to
Oh.
Click, but where he can't. But like he can't. I saw Click more recently, so it's like I can remember that. But like
They
he can't go back. Like he can only go forward.
Oh.
And it basically kind of like goes so far forward that like it starts the universe over and like like kind of weird dark stuff that the show can do like that, where they have to kind of
Just slow down this time. I'll shoot Hitler out the window.
yeah, stuff like that. No, but I don't know. I mean, it's good at doing kind of darker stuff like that or topics like that, like the God. I forgot which one I guess mentioned the whole like philosophy of God of like if he does too much, he does whatever. But I don't know. It's a good show. That's all.
Yeah,
That's all I can say.
it's
I'm not gonna
good.
draw. Yeah.
That's great. Anyway, time to move on to the next one. Next topic. Eric Andre
Wait,
show.
actually.
Oh.
Yes, Eric Andre.
You want to mention
what?
something before we move on?
I do want to mention the one time like Futurama made me audibly like laugh. It's rare that like a show will make me audibly laugh out loud. Like I'll mostly just like smile and chuckle, but like there was one joke where like the rotation of the Earth stops. And it's such a simple joke, but it was executed so well. Like the Eiffel Tower is ripped out of the ground, and then Big Ben crashes down in its place. And that's like one of the few times a show has like made me audibly laugh.
Okay. But yeah, move on to Eric Andre show. So
Or
Alex and Menace, you were the last one.
Finally a good show. No,
The only
No,
good
no,
show.
yeah, Family Guy and the Eric Andre show. No, but I love the Alex too. Your video on the Eric Andre show is still really good. People watching this video, it's a good video. It's a couple years old, but it's good. You're not gonna lie, your video actually is a big. I'd seen clips of the show, but your video was like a big part of me wanting to actually like check out the rest of the show because I was like, oh, I haven't seen this clip on YouTube before because there's so many clips on YouTube of the show. But that was like, oh, I haven't seen this clip. This is funny, and then it's like more and more. It's like, oh, I should definitely. I don't know. So yeah, your video actually played a part of me like actually wanted to like watch the rest of the show, not just clips on it of
Oh,
it
thank you.
on YouTube. Yeah, your video is cool. It means a lot. And then when I finally did see the show, I actually felt like I've seen it all. I'm like, wait, have I actually seen? I've seen so many YouTube clips that I feel like I basically had just watched the entire show. It was kind of funny. But no, but it's really funny. The first 4 seasons, at least. Season 5 is kind of disappointing, but it's not
Season
bad.
5,
It's just
I think, because part of like the appeal of part of what makes Eric Andre so funny is that because it was so underground,
Yes,
they were
that
like
yeah.
the people didn't know that much about it. So, and that was part of their plan. They wanted them to not know anything about the show. But now that it's like entering sort of the mainstream, it's becoming harder and harder to sort of catch people off guard.
Yeah, also just the presentation thing, because like he went bald that season, which I don't know. It's like
He went bald and he
cutting
also tanned himself. He got like a
Yeah,
and
spray
gain
tan.
weight. Yeah, and then gain weight, which is funny, but it doesn't work. It's not as funny to see him without his crazy hair. Like it's like cutting Samson, like in the Bible, you cut Samson's hair and he loses his powers. But um,
Well, like
you
he
know,
always did like different hairstyles in each season, from what because there was like
yeah,
one where he had like the long sort of like glam metal hair.
it's like
Yep.
like pimp hair. And then like his crazy. My favorite, the kind of. It's like not an afro, but it's like I don't know what it is, how to describe it. It just looks like it looks like a I don't know.
Oh,
But
the mushroom hair.
I guess it's like
You
I
know
don't
what? He
know.
has to have
Yeah.
like a bowl cut next.
Oh yeah, that should be his next thing, a
I
bowl
feel
cut.
like
If
he
if
might. I feel like he also might have gone bald just to make it like easier to wear wigs and stuff.
yeah, either
oh
that or
probably.
like easier to make people think that that's not really him. I guess.
Yeah.
In gaining weight and waxing and all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know. But the first 4 seasons are really funny. Like the first season, like I don't know what my favorite season is. It might be like the fourth one, the third one. I don't know. Maybe the second one. I don't know. All of them are really good.
They're all too good.
Yeah, like the first
Yeah.
season, like is also really funny, but like I feel like they got better.
Yeah,
Also, because
it got
like they
like
got crazier.
it really hit its stride when they got actual like celebrities to start coming on board.
Yeah, because in the first season they didn't have anyone, I think, except for Lufer. Wait, no, Lufer wasn't in the first season. It's
Oh, they
Well,
got
definitely
they got
Sinbad.
they got a couple of celebrities in there.
They got a few.
yeah,
But,
and
like,
then there
I think my favorite celebrity in this first one is Demi Lovato, where
yeah.
the
Oh.
finale.
Oh yeah. What are the best Eric Andre interviews? For me, like Jack McBrayer is up there because he's so uncomfortable.
Oh, I know what. I don't know if this is my favorite one, but when you said that Futurama gag is one of the few that actually made you laugh. Eric Andre is one of those shows for me, and there's this one. It is the funniest thing. It was so unexpected. It's when he interviews Flava Flav, and then like Flavor Flav is just really pissed off and just not having it being there.
And then he just
And then
sits
like
back
Flavor
down.
Flav's like, "This show sucks." And it's like,
Like,
yeah.
He
And then
just
Hannibal just kicks him. He just
no, he
like
farts and then kicks him.
yeah, he farts and then kicks him, and then it's like we'll be right back. And
It's
I
so
was in my
good.
dorm. I was in my dorm room alone, thankfully, at the time when I saw that for the first time, and I was like, I literally just like
Oh god.
I was sitting in my bed with my laptop on it. I don't remember what I think. I shoved the laptop out of my way because I was just like laughing like audibly, and I'm like, oh my god, not my roommates, the people next door are gonna think I'm a maniac. I'm just laughing.
Oh,
I'm
it's
just
so
laughing
good.
to myself. It was really,
There's
really funny because I
so-
just didn't see it coming, but it was
Oh
amazing.
yeah. It was like so unpredictable. There's so many points in the arc. Even season 5 had some moments that were just absolute gold. Like right in the middle of it, he'd just be like, he sets a part of the set on fire. He's like, "Buy the tour, y'all! Now for kids." And he shows like a little puppet of a tour. Happy Hanukkah, motherfucker!
Or N-word scissor hands.
And we're Oh, I love that one. Oh, there's also they got when they Lance Reddick was on. He's like, "I wish I were LeVar Burton."
I wish I was LeVar Burton.
He's like, "Warp speed, don't rainbow read me."
That's the one where he punches the desk.
Yeah, he punches that. He like slams on the desk like you need a new desk. Then he walks out.
Then he just walks out.
Yeah, which I think Eric said that wasn't scripted. Like he was genuine. Like his surprise in that because he looks kind of scared. I'm like, oh, what? Like, I guess
The
it's
grizzly.
mad.
Oh, the grizzly bear bit.
Yeah, which I still
Ladies and
don't know that's
gentlemen,
real or not.
If it's not real, it's well edited.
I don't like
Yeah,
this
I
bit
guess
anymore.
I don't want to ruin
Eric-
the magic, but there was like
Eric
some
sounded
Greek-
genuinely concerned.
Yeah, it's like I think we may have gone too far, and just Hannibal just gets up from his seat immediately. He's like, "Oh no, I'm not. I'm not gonna pretend to even like have fun with this. I'm gonna stand back, you know."
I no longer am a fan of this bit.
And then the bear destroys the desk. Yeah.
There was the I know that Eric Andre he has like a safe word for if something ever goes wrong on set.
It's popcorn, I think.
Yeah,
Popcorn.
because when he got tackled by John Cena in season 5, the shelf like fell right on his head.
Yeah.
He was
Can
like,
you see
and he just
popcorn?
yeah, he was just like, and he's so casual the way he says it too. He's just like, oh, that's a popcorn.
He's like hurt his back. Sometimes like
Oh,
like
yeah.
in those opening like when I think like he said like at one time like he like lands on his like breaks the desk but lands on his back and like he like I think he spent a couple months with back pain because like he
God.
landed the wrong way.
Yeah, because that desk is not cushioned because it's just made of like drywall. So he's just hitting the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, also like their season finales are always really good because they always like up the ante for each season finale. Like the first one is the Eric Andre New Year's Spectacular show, whatever it's called, like the one where they have John Kay on as a guest, which that did not age well, but
No, you know what? I feel like Eric would have. I feel like Eric kind of knew at the time. He's like, oh, that guy.
oh, they didn't make fun of him. They just got him to draw. I don't know, but like that one, and then I'm forgetting. Like each season has like their own weird finale. Like I think season 3 it feels like a YouTube poop. It feels like a nightmare, like a fever
Oh
dream. Because
yeah,
like
okay. I'm
the
gonna talk
editing,
Bird up.
yeah, it's just burned up the whole time. But just like the editing for 6 minutes straight just gets worse and worse. Like it just gets really like a YouTube poop. Like it's yeah, and I'm just like watching it on. Because I've never seen that clip on YouTube before. When I was like watching the whole show, I was like, "What is this? Like, what's going?" It just feels like a YouTube poop of the Eric Andre show, and it's really funny. And then there's like,
Yeah.
oh, it's funny. I don't know. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
each season had a good finale.
God, the
Even season 5, where Hannibal comes back, it's like Eric, you need to let me go. You know.
yeah.
Accident
Yeah,
was 20 years ago.
He leaves the show and they make a clone of Hannibal called Blanable.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I like Hannibal's brother.
Oh yeah, Hannibal's brother, and
The-
he's like he's
yeah.
Ajax from Mortal Kombat.
He's like a buff military guy. He's like Hannibal from a distance, and then he's like, I can't say that word, but like I forgot the guess. Like some girl's like, are you ready to join the army? And then he says the N word, and then she's like,
I
like,
can.
cause like boy. It's like, and people were pointing out in the comments, like, I like how she doesn't address that he called her a boy, but like he calls her the N word, and that's like her that's what she's confused about. Like, wait, did you just call me the N word? Like, not that I don't know. It's really funny. I don't know his brother because he just screams and yells.
Oh yeah. Oh God. There were a few. I think there were a few times where like a guest just straight up walked out because Lauren Conrad walked out on him.
Yeah, I walked out with the zombie thing. He's like the guy walks out naked, and Tia's like, "Nah, fuck this," and then like knocks the vase over and walks out.
Yep.
It's just funny because the zombie comes out of the ground
He just like
randomly,
raises
and then
his feet.
yeah, like slightly. He's like, "Oh, this is a little uncomfortable." I don't know.
All right.
It's funny.
And then move on to Alex
Oh,
too.
sorry. We could also make a whole
Yeah.
podcast about Eric Andre, and I'd talk about it. But yeah,
Honestly, I will say I think Eric Andre's pranks are like are probably among some of his most quotable stuff.
Yep.
Not a lot of people know this, but L. Ron Hubbard was a black man. His
God
name
exists.
was his name was
Maybe.
L. Ron Hoyo Bembe.
God is this? Maybe. He did some things, I think, or whatever. The skeptical preacher, corner guy,
the
whatever.
agnostic preacher.
Or no, like there's a
Yeah,
crazy
it
guy that
was
walks up and
funny.
is like, "I'm the second coming of Christ," and they without hesitation they're like, "Okay, prove it. Take a poop in front of us and then turn it into wine."
And then they just freak him out. It's like the guy just walks away, and it's like, oh, you guys are weird.
It's so, oh god, the pranks are so. Oh, I'm a potato is another really good one.
Oh yeah.
Um, there's like another one where he's like he goes into like a pizzeria and he's just like "Scusi, paisano, I'm Mr. Burrito, the human pizza. We spoke earlier."
Or a salesman also, where he's like dressed in a giant trench coat. It's like Enrique or, or whatever the guy's name is. He just calls him out like he's like a longtime friend. He's like Enrique or something.
One quote, one like prank bit that still lives in my head rent free is like the section in Bird Up when he's walking around with like and you can see the bulge in his pants. He's like, "Michelle Obama, where are you? I want to talk to you."
I got some milk for you, baby.
Anything else to add, Alex? Too.
Um, not too much. I mean, nothing new to add. That would just be like me quoting my
Just
favorite
quote-
Eric Andre quotes for like half an hour. So, I think
Well-
I've contributed enough.
Yeah,
Okay,
I was like
good.
gonna say I have more to say. I'm like, oh no, I'm just gonna reference it because like,
Yeah.
what's funny? Oh, this is this thing.
Everything.
I just move on to myself. I'll just keep it short. Is the I really do like Eric Andre show. I think it's probably one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I admire his energy and the fact that he'll just throw himself through a wall just for the sake of comedy. I'm surprised he's still alive after all these years doing all that.
He's gonna be in the new Jackass movie. I'm so excited.
And then one of my favorite skits, one of my favorite interviews on that show is when he interviewed the director of Jesus Christ Zombie Killer. I think it was.
Superstar or whatever, or
No, the
zombie killer. I don't know.
the
Oh,
zombie
no, I was thinking
hunter
of the
one.
Marilyn Manson. Oh, I never. I was thinking of the Marilyn Manson album, but yeah.
Where that dude was completely out of it. He definitely went insane during that interview. He just
Oh, yeah,
sounds
there
like a
was-
madman.
Yeah, there was the Dennis Rodman interview where they were like, "It's like you ever had sex with someone while they were asleep?" Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and they get uncomfortable because he's just like really, really weird even for their standards.
Part of me is like, and part of you is constantly wondering, like, wait, did they edit it that way, or did he actually say that?
I think he did say that.
It could
Oh
be
my
anything.
God. I mean, I feel like if it was fake, there would have been like news about like lawyers trying to sue or something.
Yeah.
And
I think it was real.
Oh my God.
I mean, I know Flavor Flav got mad about the kicking one. Like, I don't know if he tried to sue it, but like, he's like, that did not happen. That's bullshit. This show's horrible.
I mean, I think it goes without saying that it didn't happen.
but
Well, I
yeah,
know, but he got mad about it. Like, I
Right.
don't know if he tried to sue, but he's high or something. He probably forgot about it.
but yeah,
I don't know, but
Younger than Flavor
don't blame-
Flav.
that's all I had to say about that. So I'll move on to Pale. So Pale, your thoughts on Eric Andre show?
I haven't seen a lot. I've just seen clips. It's funny. That's it.
It is funny. She is right.
It's funny.
We'll binge watch it
Oh,
right
it's
now,
funny.
Pale.
Okay, right now.
yeah, it's on HBO Max, right?
I
That's not-
believe so.
I saw it on Hulu.
It's on.
Oh.
It used to be on Hulu every season.
Oh.
I don't know if it still is because of HBO Max, but
Yeah, it's still on Hulu.
It's still on Hulu.
okay. Oh, good. Yeah, you can watch it there.
Sponsored by Hulu.
Yes.
Not really. And I hope I don't get in trouble by saying that.
This video is sponsored by Dollar Shave Club.
Beep it with a.
But not really.
Yeah.
I'll move on.
Beep it with an Eric Andre scream.
I'll move on to
This
Foil.
video is sponsored by NordVPN.
Or Foil, your thoughts on Eric Andre show?
Okay, so I freaking love that show, and the way I
Yeah.
described it was probably the best way possible you can find it. And what happened was it was late at night. I was at my cousin's house, and all of the episodes that had to come on, it had to be Bird Up.
Birdo.
That was the most insane shit I ever seen in my life.
Right.
Birdo.
Cause like I try to wake him up and tell him like, dude, you gotta see this, but he was just looking at him like, I'm going back to sleep.
He finally wakes up. Is like, you got it. It's like you describe it to him as like, that did not happen. You were lying.
Yeah, because I couldn't go to sleep because I was just watching the whole time. And then even the ending was fucked up because it was like Eric was like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck everyone in that room over there." Like, what the fuck? But yeah,
Oh,
That Birdo.
probably one of my favorite like pranks he does is when he goes on a subway.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
that's like best spot you can do a prank in. Because for
Yeah.
one,
No one can leave.
exactly,
no one can leave. Yeah, that's the funny thing. No one can leave.
no one can be.
That sounds so threatening. No one can
I,
leave.
I didn't get the job at Kellogg's. My body is your
Yeah,
communion.
that's what I was gonna say to prove.
Yeah, I was gonna say that one. Oh yeah, that's like funny how they react sometimes to the subway because like there's an episode where he's the bee. He's like has like a bunch of bees and like only like two people run away and everyone's just like okay. But then there's the one with the cereal. He's pouring milk and everyone runs away. It's like wouldn't you be more scared of the bees, not milk on the ground? You know, it's really funny how they react.
Oh my god. Oh,
I mean, just
what was
because
it?
he was
Kraft
spilling
Punk.
milk everywhere, I don't know.
The Kraft Punk one is good too.
Yeah.
Did you guys know I Cannot Die?
That guy sucks. No one likes Kraft Punk.
Kraft Punk is still in the game.
No.
Daft Punk peeped out.
Kraft
Eric
Punk.
Andre
Kraft Punk
crashing
can
the
never
DNC
die.
and the RNC.
Oh, those were so good.
I know, the
The
Alex
RNC
Jones
one,
one.
like,
Yep.
he doesn't. The best part about the RNC one is he doesn't have to attack them to piss them off. He just says the most random stuff.
I know, he's like he's like, why does my pee come out yellow? And the Alex Jones crowd just boos at him. But
Oh no, just like he thinks Alex Jones is like he thinks he's Trevor Noah. He's like, get the guy from the
Trevor
Daily
Noah.
Show up here.
yeah, which is really funny that he can't tell them apart, even because they don't look
It's like-
anything alike.
But like, so the first thing he says, or no, is like, are you from? He's like, are you from the media? He goes like, I'm not from the media. I'm from MySpace.
yeah.
And
And
it's
there's like one person, there's like two people in the audience who are like in on the joke. It's like, oh, this is funny because like I think someone on their phone actually recorded that event, and you can find it on YouTube. Where like after it ends, they like go up to Eric Andre's like, dude, I love your show or something. It's like,
Okay, cool. I love.
yeah, but like everyone else is like not in on the joke, and they're just
Oh
like,
yeah, because
boo.
the first thing he holds up the microphone to him and he's just like, I want you to have sex with my wife.
Here's the coat. And then Alex Jones looks kind of confused, like his face, like he looks at the cards like, what? He's what do you?
Oh, it's so
Yep.
good. Coachella sucks this year.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Royal, anything else to add on the Eric Andre show? No? Alright.
Oh no,
Oh, you had something else?
no, I said no.
Okay. Cool. We'll move on to the next one. Is the Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. So, Royal, your last one. Your thoughts on that show?
Okay, so I only seen one episode of the show, and it was a long time ago. And the only scene I really remember is when the boss, I guess, peed in the urinal, and it has some faces down there.
Oof.
That's about it.
Like it's torture.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't know why, but that's like the only scene I remember.
I do enjoy media that portrays the afterlife, like The Good Place, and I need to watch Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. I've heard it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've actually never seen this show, so I don't have
seen a promo
anything
for
to
the show
contribute.
where I've seen a promo for the show where one of the guys gets pregnant, and the way he
Oh.
says it is like, but the way he says to someone, he goes, And he says you're gonna be a dad, but like the way he says it is just so funny. He's like, "You're gonna be a daddy."
Aw.
Ah,
Congratulations. Anything else, Foil?
like I said, that's it.
That's it?
I don't know this show.
Okay. What about you, Pale?
Damn, I didn't know my pretty face was going to hell. Dang. Already, oof.
Aren't we
No, I
all?
got nothing.
Dang, I guess I'm going to heaven then. Am I right?
That's a lie.
Am
I'm
I
not
right,
pretty.
game?
You're all going. You're all pretty.
Thank you,
Inside and out.
Pale.
I like to think that hell is for all of the bad people, and there's like and you know, because obviously it's to the point where like most people aren't going to be able to get into heaven because the standards are so high. I like to think hell got overcrowded. It's just like, okay, we need to have an in between. So if you're not good enough for heaven but you're not bad enough for hell, you go to heck.
Heck,
Heck.
heck yeah.
I think say purgatory, but yeah.
I think the Good Place kind of deals with topics like that.
Yeah. The Good Place. Okay, off topic, but The Good Place is on Netflix. Watch it. It has the best ending of any show I've ever seen.
Oh,
It is so good.
Yes, it does.
Like it's actually perfect.
It's so satisfying. But yeah, I'm in the same boat as Pale. I've never seen that show. That your for your face is going to hell. So I have nothing to say about it. Move on to.
But watch
Alex
The Good
too.
Place.
I
Yes.
feel like nobody here
Yep.
has watched that.
Who put that
Yeah,
on the list?
I was like,
Put it
who
on
put
the
that on the list? I was
Who
like,
the
I've never seen the show.
I just
Wait,
know
so
the
Alex,
title.
Menace, like you're the one who. I mean, I remember you saying that there was this one particular show that you wanted.
Yeah, this is not my doing. This is
Ah.
no, I don't know what
Alright.
someone one up me with this one. But
I-
yeah,
I wonder who put it on the list. Shit.
and
I guess we'll move on to. I guess we'll skip it and we'll just move on to the next one. The
Tim and Eric.
Tim and Eric, and we can start with Foil
Oh,
again.
Oh
Tim
shit!
and Eric are the live action Adult Swim guys, and everything they've produced, even if it isn't on Adult Swim, anything they've produced has been good. Because they produced the Eric Andre show, they produced Nathan for You.
Wait, they produced the Eric Andre show?
Yeah, they helped produce it. They're I think
Absolutely?
it's yeah, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
That's them.
That
Huh.
shit-
I didn't know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen Tim and Eric in a long time, so it's just like I somehow didn't realize like, oh, that's wow.
they're
Okay,
in
it all comes
everywhere.
full circle. Yeah,
Yeah.
it all comes full circle,
So-
like Nathan for You and stuff like that.
Yep.
Oh god, Nathan for You is really good too. That's also on HBO Max. Watch that. This is your homework, audience.
Or
There's gonna
not.
be a test. There's gonna be a test in the description.
Anyway, Foil. Like your thoughts on Tim and Eric.
Okay, so sadly, I didn't really get that much time to actually rewatch Tim
Oh.
and Eric's Awesome Job or Great Job, whatever it was called. But I did see every single episode of Tim and Eric bedtime stories.
Yeah, it's the same energy.
Yeah,
It's
I
always
mean,
the
a
same
lot more
energy.
sophisticated a little bit. It's got a lot more, budget behind it. It doesn't look like the Hades public access show or the
Tim
most.
and Eric?
Yeah, like the bedtime
Oh.
story.
I recall it looked really cheap.
Right. I'm
Man.
the more stuff I see where like with cheap production values, I'm like, wow, I could just make a movie if I wanted to and have it be fun.
Much anybody could, just like it's how you present it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's genuinely because I started watching the Lake Michigan Monster too, and that's really low budget, but it looks like it was a lot of fun to do.
Let's
So
just
that's
all
a really
make a movie right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really funny voice.
I will say I love what was it? Oh yeah, I love it whenever Tim and Eric are commissioned to do ads as well because they're always good.
Oh yeah, like the Saints Row ad.
Oh, they did an ad for Saints Row.
Oh.
Yeah, like I remember it was like, well, I play Saints Row.
Oh, that one! Oh
Yeah.
my god! I know they did an ad for Totino's that was really good. And they always oh,
A squeak.
is there a baby?
Sorry, there's two dogs I'm taking care of right now, so
Oh, two stupid dogs.
uh th- They're not stupid.
Oh.
Sure, yeah. Sophie and Gigi are both of their names.
I'm gonna need some
They're
dog pics.
small.
I love them already.
Yeah, I'll show pictures later, but continue, sorry.
Yeah, foil.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so sometimes like some of the stories we tell, they really do hit, and it's like really twisted. Like the episode where it was, let's see, Eric want to be a baby. Wait, no, it wasn't Eric. It was Steve Brule.
Yeah.
And he wanted to be a baby, so he went to this little hotline or whatever, and Tim and Eric was working over there and said, "Okay, we'll make you a baby." So they blindfold him, and they pretty much steal his stuff out of his house. And then he's like, "What the heck are you guys doing? Like, give my stuff back." And it's like, "Dude, don't you understand? You're a baby. You're not supposed to talk. You're not supposed to have a relationship."
Oh, I love Steve Brule.
Yeah. And probably one of the best episodes is probably Roommates, where Tim and Eric are roommates, and they're kind of 20 somethings, and they're trying to okay, so Tim's trying to be like a little actor doing cinematic stuff, and basically, damn, I lost my train of thought.
It happens. It happens
Yeah.
watching Adult Swim shows.
Yeah, that was a problem too, because it made me realize that I hate binge watching shows, because I had to watch the bedtime stories, the Hershey Holler, Deallocated. I had to watch each of them twice just to try to get the nose down, and it really fucked my brain up.
Oh no.
Damn.
But okay, okay. So basically, what happens is like Tim's mom comes by, and Eric is like, "Oh yeah, nice mamacita," and there's a theme where they say, "Oh, amigo, tortuga," and all these Spanish words.
Random Spanish words.
Yep. And they keep saying amiga, amiga, amigo over and over again. And then basically in the room where they're locked up in, Eric and Tim's mom was so Eric and Tim's mom were masturbating together, and it was really
As one does.
yeah.
Yeah, you're not really friends if you don't do that at some point.
Honestly, dude, that's how you
Even
seal.
friendship
That is how you seal the bro bond.
The bro.
Let's all become bros then.
Yeah, once you've reached that point, like there's nothing else to hide. You are the.
But I
That's
have
like
no penis.
it's like it is the bro equivalent of becoming blood brothers.
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Let's become blood brothers, fellas. Who's with
Yeah,
me?
hell, just use a strap on. You can be a bro
Okay.
with us.
Oh God.
Okay.
Okay,
I wasn't
you say
expecting
blood
you of all
brothers.
people to say that.
You say blood brothers, but what happens is it turns out the entire time Eric had herpes.
Oh.
Oh no.
So
No.
he gave Tim's mom herpes, and there's another twist. That it turns out Eric used to be a porn actor, and it was
Whoa.
called Tony Cheese, and it was supposed to be that he was humiliated because he had a small penis.
What in the goddamn
no.
hell are you talking about?
I know it doesn't sound right. And they actually show like him getting kicked in the dick.
Damn.
He was like, ha ha, Tony Cheese and his tiny.
It was like really cheesy porn acting.
It's good.
And then near the end of the episode, because it's like 22 minutes, and most of the time the episodes are 11 minutes. And that's when Tim decides, okay, I'm just going to go to this play and do a one-man show. And then he completely roasts Eric, saying that, he had a small penis. He banged my mom, even though he's supposed to be my friend. Like, damn, dude.
They're not friends.
Oh.
They're bros.
Wait. Exactly. They all came on the biscuit together.
All right.
What else? Oh, yeah, and let's see. The finale of the entire series is for 22 minutes. Two lesbians scissor.
Damn. Yeah.
Tim and Eric is good.
There's a wrong here, Eric Andre. If you're comparing the two.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah, it's kind of hand in hand, you know.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we'll move
Or
on.
because you,
Anything else to add, Foil?
yeah, I'm just saying, bedtime stories. I'll definitely recommend it because even though there's some episodes that are kind of weak, like one episode where it was like him was some star called Angel Boy or whatever, and he just sung like these weird songs, and Eric was just coming on to him. Seems like, and near the end, it turns out that if he splash her water, he's just gonna make everybody take a shit. That's it. That's the entire story. But you know, when you get to those episodes that are really good, it just makes it worthwhile. And that's about it.
Okay. Cool. Now, move on to Pell. Pell, your thoughts on Tim and Eric?
Oh my god, y'all are gonna shame me again.
Uh-oh.
The only thing I know is it's free real estate. That's all I know.
It's for real estate.
Yeah.
That is all I know. Sorry.
I mean, that's kind of what most people really know. Like people
Yeah.
who don't really watch Adult Swim that much usually say.
Remember,
real estate.
Right.
Tim and Eric is just memes, the TV show.
Yes.
Yeah. And it's great because they actually get like big name actors on board too.
Yep.
Like,
Not to mention, like, you know, Zach Galifianakis. He was in the first episode.
Will Ferrell.
Jack
yeah,
Black.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah, I was gonna say Will Ferrell. I was like, that's the one I remember.
Will Ferrell is probably the biggest one who's been on there, but also John C. Reilly is huge in the Tim and Eric universe.
Oh
Yo, he
yeah.
even had his own TV show, Doctor Steve Rule.
That show I can go on about. That one is great. But
Yeah.
Yes.
Nothing else to say, Pale?
No, that is it. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
it's all good.
So good. I'll move on to myself. I really like the Tim and Eric show. Awesome show. It's I don't know. I enjoyed their what's it called? Their anti-comedy where it's so unfunny that it becomes funny. A bunch of
It's my comedy.
awkward
Right.
pauses. It just works with what they do.
That's like my favorite brand of humor, just being so unfunny that it's funny. Because not to plug him again, but like Pan, like Rebel Taxi.
You have to push
Because
it.
people
You
say
have
he's
to, like,
people
it's
say he's
impressive
annoying,
because
like he's not funny on his podcast. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's hilarious when he's
You
just
have to, like-
awkwardly repeating himself.
Yeah, you have to push like it's really difficult to do too because you have to push so hard in order to make awkward funny and make it work.
Yep. Then the one last thing I'll add of the Tim and Eric is one skit that's been scarred to my head because it's probably just the first skit I've seen is the diarrhea pants.
Oh god.
Diarrhea pants. That's I have a comment to make about something, but I'm not sure if that's what I don't know the name of it. Maybe that's what it is. What's skit like?
It's just like pants that you wear underneath your pants when you had diarrhea, so they don't stain your actual pants. And
My brother needs those.
Oh shit.
Oh, you're just calling him out like that?
Damn.
Yes. Savage.
I think probably the funniest part is when it like overflows, so it just shows how the product is just defective anyway, and they still try to sell it.
Ow!
But I remember,
Sorry, I would dogs at me.
but
Fight it back.
yeah, that's still like probably the first skit I saw from them.
Yeah.
I'll just move on to Alex too. Your thoughts on Tim and Eric?
I've seen bits and pieces of like all of their stuff, but the show that I've seen the most of for them is Check It Out with Dr. Steve Brule, which the energy of that, it is able to nail like the public access energy perfectly, and like John C. Reilly does such an amazing job playing Steve Rule, and he never says that he never admits to it being a role. He always says he always whenever he goes on talk shows or anything to talk about it, he's just like, "Oh yeah, I'm promoting this new show for a dear friend named Dr. Steve Rule."
He's great. It's so weird that I don't know, his career is interesting. Not to go on a tangent about John C. Reilly, like how he started off as like a serious dramatic actor, and then he's just like, I want to do
Scribbles.
comedies, and then he's just like this Adult Swim show, starting this like acclaimed actor. And it's I don't know, it's just funny.
I love
He's
there's
great.
There's so many like Steve Brule like Bruleisms that still live in my head rent free. I like how he mispronounces words. How he says Bringo and Jack Prot. He's like, I went down in the Marina to see a bunch of broats. I got this little brot. It's called a Kryak.
But yeah, anything else to add, Alex? Too?
Nothing else major to add. I just hope Tim and Eric keep producing stuff for Adult Swim because it's been a very fruitful partnership.
They've practically molded Adult Swim, or partially
All
molded
the
it.
live action stuff, but yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they are like
The
a
fathers
major
of
force.
like
I mean, they have really inspired a generation. I think it's safe to say.
yeah, my sense of humor.
Right.
Cool.
Oh yeah. Also, one thing I'd say is that at one point Tim Heidecker was actually stabbed.
Oh shit! During the show.
Like no, he was walking in Hollywood or whatever in Los Angeles, and he just got like in like a rough part of town near a studio, and he just got stabbed.
Oh shit!
What if it's just like a disgruntled Adult Swim fan? It's like, this is for ruining Adult Swim.
Oh god, this is from
Like-
Metalocalypse.
That'd be funny. Just like a disgruntled Metalocalypse fan is mad that the show got canceled in favor of more Tim and Eric productions or something. I don't know.
I know there was. I know at one point they got. Oh yeah, it was David Spade. His assistant tried to kill him in his sleep.
Oh shit!
Wait, why are we talking about this? Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
It's-
Back on
Death
topic.
is
No,
yes.
casually.
Let me bonk you real quick.
We'll go back.
Yeah.
Okay, so move on to Alex Menace. Your thoughts on Tim and Eric?
You guys have said a lot of what I was gonna say, and also I'm like keeping in mind the time limit for this one, kinda, even though we're taking a while. But there's this one thing I remember. Tim and Eric is just weird because it's the first of its show of its the original. What's the original show called? The Tim and Eric Awesome Show, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the first show of its kind that I've ever witnessed. When I was like a kid, I was like 10 or something like that, and or 11. And I remember it was just like an Adult Swim, and I was like it was the show I avoided watching because I was like, oh, this is not for me. Because I was like, this show is pornographic. Because I used to think Tim and Eric was like pornographic. Because like they would censor body parts sometimes. Like I remember one time they're in a bar in the parking lot, and I think one of them takes like a shit in the parking lot or something because it censors the whatever's on the ground. And I was like, or I think his penis. I don't know. And I was like, I don't know. I was like, oh my gosh, this is like porn. I can't watch this. I don't
No,
know.
no.
I can't watch this when
Not
while
wholesome,
my parents are
Alex.
still in the house.
I didn't never watch Adult Swim around my parents, but like just in general, I was like, oh, I shouldn't be watching this. This is not for me. And I mean, duh, it's not for kids, but like, I did confuse it for porn, I guess, because of that one specific parking lot thing, and I don't know.
That's weird.
Funny.
Right.
Stay wholesome, Alex.
Yeah, the last time was ever that wholesome. Yeah, it's just kind of like, oh, this is pornographic. I can't watch it. That was like funny. I don't know. The show was funny though in parts because I haven't seen it to the extent of seeing like Eric Andre or I've seen everything, but like the original Tim and Eric Awesome Show, whatever. I remember like the jingles for like season 3, like Tim and Eric season 3, or something like I don't know. It was like I don't know. It's fun. It was weird because I was like, "What's this live action show doing in the midst of all these Family Guy, Futurama reruns, and Aqua Teen and
And then it
C
turns out
Lab?"
that it's actually crazier than most of the animated shows on Adult Swim.
Yeah. And for Dr. Steve Brule, as for him, yeah, he's great. That Cool Guy Zone Keep Out thing has been my Tumblr banner for like years. I haven't changed it. I think it's my Twitter banner also. I can't remember. It's somewhere. I've kept it. I don't know. It's just funny. That show's funny. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got to say for Tim and Eric.
All right. We'll move on. What's the next one? The holler. So, your thoughts on that, Alex and Menace?
I remember the ads, the intrusive ads for it more than I remember the show. Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you.
Okay, it got very quiet. I was like, oh, I can't tell because even here it got quiet. I remember the intrusive ads were it was coming out like where it would interrupt random shows and commercials and just like have like a screaming like because it's creepy. It's just like the screaming like lady
really
completely in
creepy.
white in a way going like and then it just cut back to the show. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
I hated those ads.
yeah, I mean, it's a good way to get the word out, I guess, or maybe not because the show didn't do very well. But like, if people remember it, it's like, oh, remember when Dalton said like have this creepy white ghost lady that would just scream randomly for a few seconds in the middle of Family Guy episodes or something? It's like,
Yeah. Some Adult Swim
yeah,
shows they're never designed to they're never really designed to do well. Some Adult Swim shows.
they're just designed to exist.
Yeah.
Cooler talk of like, hey, Bob, you've seen that one Family Guy rerun? Yeah, Jim. When like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah. Anything else to add, Alex?
Oh, sorry. No, not exactly. Like I said, I'm more familiar with the ads because that's what I remember more than the show itself. The show itself is not as the show itself isn't really scary at all. It's just the ads are, and that's I don't know. The show exists, I guess. It's okay.
Okay. I'll move on to Alex too. Your thoughts on that show?
I have not seen the Heart She Holler, but I have seen the ads. That is something I need to watch, I guess.
Okay. I'll move on to myself, and I'm on the same boat. Like I've never seen it, although those ads freaked me out when they came up, because I was like a kid, so it freaked me out even more, and it really put me off just seeing it entirely. Like I probably just avoided it my entire life. Just I don't want to watch this. The ads really just somehow freaked me out and pissed me off at the same time.
Yep.
Like leave me alone. I'm trying to watch Family Guy.
I'm trying to watch King of the Hill. Please leave me alone.
Please.
Okay, that's all I had to say. So move on to Pale.
I have nothing to say. I'm sorry again.
Damn.
Damn. Okay, move on to Foil.
Okay, so apparently, since I'm the only person that watched this show, and I'm pretty much like everybody else, like when the commercials came on and it had Meemaw screaming her heart out.
Yeah,
Poor,
like
poor Mima.
But after finding out that the same people who were behind the show also worked on, Xavier and Wonder's Chosen and all that, that's when it kind of thought like, this show might be pretty interesting. And
Right.
I got like a whole out of contact list of lines.
Right.
Wait, hold on a second. Oh yeah, if dang it, punk, if your junk is the bunk, it's the end of the Hershey spunk.
That's
Spurgle
good. I like that.
Crack is the pure uncut blood of a black man.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Her gut. and it's just all this weird stuff, and it's like what I wanted from the show is something similar to Xavier, because it's just Xavier was just joke after joke,
Right.
and I
Yeah.
didn't really get that with that show. Because
I may actually need to watch this now.
yeah, it's actually really good because like okay, it starts off kind of slow in the first season where it's not really that many jokes you can really go off of
Hmm.
because it still has that weird surreal kind of David Lynchian kind of humor where you just
Right.
have weird stuff going on and they have certain themes where you have people pulling intestines and all that.
Oh my god.
And then that's when the second episode came out.
Woo!
Second season came around, and that's when the show started really up its game and being kind of funny and informational. Like there's this one episode that I really like, and it's where they build a slave,
Damn.
and the name for the slave is called New Wireless Organized Robo Domestic. Guess what that acronym is for?
You have to say that again. You did
Uh,
said it too fast.
I didn't pick up. Yeah.
Okay, it's the New Wireless Organized Robo Domestic.
Oh. That's pretty clever.
The N word. And so, okay, so you have the doctor, who's also one of the best characters of the show. He tells them, like, hey, I built you out of my own toil and sweat. And then the slave says, that's what I said to your mama while she was gobbling my digital nuts.
I'll have to look into the show.
Oh, wait, you guys heard me, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, it's just weird stuff like that. Well, basically, the whole plot of the show is you have Big Hoss. And this is also like a really unique thing that I like about the show where he's a ghost inside of a TV. And basically, he has all these tapes that he pre recorded before his death. And whatever his son, who's been in a cave for pretty much most of his 40 years of his life or so, he can just pop a tape in and then his father would just give him some advice.
Right.
That's nice.
Pretty neat.
Neat.
Yeah.
I had to give the show a chance.
Oh, yeah. And then he has like these two sisters. One's a whore and the other one's pretty much Carrie. And they're both trying to be the true leaders because they know that Herlin, son, pretty much isn't gonna be doing anything since his mind is a blank.
All right.
And you just have all these different colorful characters who are assholes, and it's just it's a pretty funny show, pretty insightful.
Is it on HBO Max?
Oh yeah, it's on HBO Max,
Okay.
and like I said, I watched it twice, and in some parts it got better, and other parts it got worse. But
Oh.
I'll just say watch out for that last episode because that was like a complete shit post where it was pretty much the entire time for 11 minutes or so. It was just the people of the town in a church, and they were pretty much watching a tape of Jimmy Carter, and that was the entire episode, and that was the final episode. And I just sat there like, Christ, why am I even watching this show like this? And I have no alcohol or
Zoe.
juice to accompany me.
Yeah.
But,
I'll watch it later then.
but
All
yeah,
right.
Yeah. I gotta check it out.
yeah, definitely check it out.
Okay. So, next topic, next show, Deallocated. Foil. Your thoughts on that?
Whew. Okay, so The Deallocated is also a really great show, pretty underrated show, and it's basically about you got John, who's the main character, and his wife and son, David and Susan. They're pretty much trying to run away from a Russian mob, so they go in the witness protection program, and they have to hide their faces. behind a mask and use these voice modulators. And at first, I thought, it probably wasn't be that good of an idea because how far you can really go with that because you have the people who are going after him, they know that he has a show, so they can easily just take him out. But after, the first couple of episodes and stuff really started going to gear to where, Susan wants to divorce John because of the fact that he risked his life and his daughter and wife, I mean, not daughter, but son and wife's life just so he can try to get a sweet new loft. Something like that. And so the people who are going after him are called the Merminskis. And they're probably some of the best characters in the show, especially Sergey. So basically, Sergey and Evgeny are pretty much like, Ren and Stimpy or Nico and Roman from Grand Theft Auto 4, where Evgeny is like the happy-go-lucky comedian just trying to follow his dream, and he always does a bunch of baka jokes. He's like,
Baka.
"Hey, cousin, I'm telling you, man, I need you to stop going and killing people and just sell baka with me. Supposed to be an assassin." And then Sergey's like, "You fucking idiot! You're not supposed to give up your dream of being an assassin," because he's a terrible assassin.
Right.
And crap, I'm going on a tangent right now.
This is all good.
So we
Yeah.
all go to tangents.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like we're in a good spot to go on tangent because like there's a lot of cases where like it's just one of the shows is something only one of us have seen,
Yeah.
Yep.
so we just
I
kind of
haven't-
like
Actually seen Deallocated, so
I have not either.
Oh,
I haven't seen it.
I've only trailers. So I
we
haven't-
got some stuff to watch.
Yep.
So many things to
Yep.
watch.
A little time.
Anything else to add, Foil?
shit. It's also another show that I had to watch twice, and it's because of the fact that every single episode, like the first season is about 11 minutes, and then everything after is like 22 minutes, so they have a lot more to expand in terms of like the jokes and all that. And it's also a pretty funny show too, because there's one episode where John goes golfing, and there's this one of the people that come by and says like, "Hey man, you gotta make your mask a lighter shade," and it's supposed to be a an allegory on how black people basically. And so there's another guy who comes by, he's black, and he's like, "Hey man, what do you do to you?" And he's like, "He said that I need to change my mask," and I'm like, "No." So they bring him back to a little club, a hideout, and he basically says like, he stood up to the white man, and he's an honorary black man now. This white man did the most blackest thing possible.
He gets the N-word pass.
Yeah, basically.
He's earned it.
Yeah, I mean, I can go on about this show,
uh,
but we're strapped for time, and
maybe another time.
yeah.
And I know Pell, Alex, and I haven't seen it, so I'll just skip over to Alex of Menace.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't?
Oof.
I thought you said you saw it.
Damn.
Damn.
No, Deallocated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I said I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Okay, we can just skip over then. We'll skip over to like favorite and least favorites.
Favorite.
So Alex of Menace, favorites and least favorite, like syndicated
Thank-
live action
so my-
show.
My brain is open from speaking so long.
The what?
What?
No, like when everybody said that they didn't know what Deallocated was and they haven't watched it, and I thought I was gonna go back to me again.
Oh, okay. Oh, you got more stuff to say?
Oh no.
Okay. I don't mind if you want to say more.
This is the Royal Foil podcast now.
Damn.
Oh god, no.
You've
Oh.
been replaced.
Oh, finally! I don't have to edit these anymore.
Yeah, it's your job now.
But yeah, move on to favorites and least favorite. So Alex and Menace.
Okay, I was like, is it me or okay? But aside from the shows we already talked about, like Eric Andre and like Home Movies and Family Guy and Futurama. I think like ones we haven't talked about. I mean, I mentioned it briefly. Would be like Mission Hill. I love Mission Hill. It only lasted one season, but I think it's fantastic. I know the creators I think wanted a season 2 or something like that or something, but like I'm not sure. I think it's great. Like visually, it's made by the same showrunners of season 8, 7, and 8 of The Simpsons, like Bill Oakley and Josh Weinstein, I think is their names, right? Uh, yeah. So it's made by them. So you're watching, and it's like, oh, okay. So all the talented people from The Simpsons from season 7 and 8 moved on to this show, and it didn't last, but like it has a good art style, kind of it's like a neon colored world, but like with thick outlines and kind of almost like graphic novel look to it, like comic stuff, but like with 1920 silent cartoon sensibilities. Sometimes there's like little like lines of action when they're like looking at something or pointing to something, or sound effects like that, and it's like I don't know, it's a weird mishmash of different animation stuff. I mean, fitting because the show's about a guy who's an animator. So I don't know, and it's funny. Also, like a fairly progressive show, like with the representation of our two. There's like the two gay characters on the show that are a couple. One of them played by Tom Kenny. I can't remember the names. It's the guy with the mustache and then the bald, sailor-looking guy. But I think that's a good episode. It explores her backstory, and it's like not. I think they're the first. I don't know. I think it's the first show where the main characters are like two openly gay men, and it's not played for laughs either. Like they're. I mean, it's played for laughs sometimes because it's funny. Like they themselves are funny, but like them being gay is not the joke. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're actual characters. And I don't know. That's one of my favorite shows.
Okay.
If we're talking for syndicated or live action or otherwise,
And least favorite.
the mission. Oh, my least favorite. Well, not for least favorite, but I was gonna say, well, no, I was gonna say like MTV's Downtown never played in Adult Swim because I don't think MTV stuff ever played on there. That's another good show, but it never aired there. I don't know what my least favorite is actually. I can't think of one unless someone else might mention something, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that one. But yeah, Mission Hill's really good.
Adult Swim shows are like that.
Okay.
You forget they exist until they're mentioned.
Oh! The show that this is not my least favorite, but I remember I thought it was boring as a kid. The show that I said I was waiting to see if any of you guys remember this show. Do you guys remember a show called The Mighty Boosh?
Nope.
Oh man,
Oh!
that British show, yeah.
I need to see that. I keep listening to the Pogo remix, and I'm like, I gotta see this.
Oh,
I've
okay,
heard
you guys do remember it then. Okay.
Yeah, it's got a cute British guy.
British.
God.
In
Oh
it.
my God.
What's it called again? The Big Bosh?
The Mighty
Mighty
Boosh.
Ah,
Bosh.
Gosh.
Whoosh.
Boosh. Which as a kid I used to hate the name because it sounded like it rhymed with douche. And I like the more like the Mighty Douche.
well, now I don't want to watch it.
Oh.
No, yeah, that show. It's not my least favorite, but it is one that I distinctly remember. If we're talking live action and syndicated, I distinctly remember not caring about it. I just thought it was boring. All I remember of note, like there's a guy who's like balls are dingling, but it's like sleigh bells or something, or it's like weird British humor. I don't know. I remember all I know is that Gary Newman, the one hit wonder guy in America who made Cars, the song, made a cameo, or it's like a reoccurring character or something in the show. And I care because at the time I was really into that song, and it was like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. That's the show. I was like, no one talks about that show, but I was like, oh, I remember this. No one else is gonna bring it up, so
I remember.
I've never seen it, And never heard of it.
Do you- Oh, you've never heard of it?
Nope.
Oh, it was like a late 2000s Adult Swim thing. Like
I didn't
It's
even
like- it
know
was
it was an
Brit-
Adult Swim.
it was British. Well, I mean, they'd show it on Adult Swim, so I don't think it's
Yeah.
from Adult Swim, but it's
Yeah.
British and it's weird and it
didn't
fits.
know it.
Yeah.
Okay. Move on to Alex 2. Favorites and least favorite.
In terms of like licensed and syndicated and live action shows altogether,
Yeah.
favorite would probably be it's split between like for me it's probably the Eric Andre show or with like
Yeah.
Check It Out with Dr. Steve Rule taking a close second. I can't really think of any bad choices to syndicate shows for Adult Swim because for the most part it's filler. You know, you gotta, and it's good to have stuff like that because even if it isn't the best show or isn't as good as it used to be, it still keeps people watching, you know, casually.
Okay.
I think now that like Rick and Morty is successful, like Adult Swim may not have to rely on syndicated stuff as much anymore, which is good, but for a while like syndication was sort of the backbone of Adult Swim that kind of kept the lights on and it kept people tuning in just to watch Family Guy or reruns of like Futurama and stuff, and then as a result they would just stumble onto other shows that Adult Swim was producing. It's like, oh, okay, I'll check this out.
Okay. Move on to me is just favorite. This list, Futurama. I really do enjoy that show a lot.
Yeah.
Probably more than Family Guy.
What? Family Guy is the best. Let's invite Chungus on right now so he can also defend it with me.
I thought he was gonna be
He was
here,
supposed to be. I
but
thought he was supposed to be on this, but
We on the anniversary of like Brian's death, we need to have a podcast.
we'll make a Family Guy one just to invite him over.
We need to have
that'd
or better yet, we need to have like a Discord call where like one of us where we all play like the Family Guy game.
Yes.
Oh, you know, that'd be good.
And then least favorite will just be the holler, even though I haven't seen it, but I hate those ads. So
Yeah, I guess just by default,
Sad.
by
due to
default,
technicality. Oh, you know what? I just remembered Too Many Cooks.
too many
Well, let's-
cooks.
Too many cooks.
Yeah, all
Yeah,
the infomercials and stuff that Adult Swim does.
yeah, we didn't talk.
Can't believe we forgot about that stuff.
We didn't talk about like the bear. What's the one with the bear? Footage of a
Uninterrupted footage of
bear.
The
Yeah, that one
Cleveland
was
stuff?
creepy. That one was creepy. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a kid.
That embodies like the energy of Adult Swim. There's like, don't announce it, don't promote it, just air it
Yes.
and see what happens.
Okay. Hell, favorite and least favorites.
Oh, obviously my favorite is Final Space. No.
Final
Oh
Space.
yeah.
Wow, you
I guess
changed.
that is
No.
Was that syndicated or is that original?
Well, technically the first season has been syndicated.
Only the first
Yeah,
one.
it was on TBS.
Right. And they're making new episodes for Adult Swim, or I guess they're not anymore.
I
Is it like on the
I-
bubble right now?
I think it got canceled, right?
Oh.
think it's on. I think
I
it
think it's
canceled
still
after the
on.
third season. I'm
Third season.
I like Avocado. I don't know anything about his character, but he's a cat.
Ow.
Oh,
But yeah,
of course,
Pale.
it's you like him.
Yes. Hey, look,
Yeah,
I calls him like I sees him.
But yeah, Pale.
And
It's
I see
okay.
and I sees a cat and I likes a cat.
What's your
It's
favorite?
okay.
My favorite, I would say, is probably
Final Space.
Drama?
Got it.
no.
Family
least
Guy
favorite.
and
Family Guy is like I said, it's okay.
Ah.
The first couple seasons. I'm sorry, but I don't think I hate it as much as I hate Final Space.
Dang.
But what you say?
I don't like
What you said? What was your favorite though? I didn't catch that.
Futurama.
Futurama. Okay.
E.
no one even talked about the Cleveland show. We talked about
No one-
American Dad for like
no
1
one
minute,
does.
but like no word of the Cleveland show. It's really funny.
My name is
Uh,
Cleveland.
It's
Brown.
it's
I'm Brown and back at my
Wait.
hometown.
my
What
name is
about-
Cleveland Brown
Cleveland?
and my skin is brown.
I have a question. Did we talk about King of the Hill last?
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
A little bit.
I forgot.
Yeah, 'cause
Oh
King of the
my
Hill is
lord!
still,
Did-
Isn't it on Fox? I'm confused.
yeah, it was
oh
on Adult
my
Swim for the longest
lord!
time.
'Cause
How
that's
did we
another one
talk
that I
about
love that
Family
one.
Guy and How did we talk about Family Guy and Futurama and not King? Oh my gosh!
I love
King of the
King
Hill
of the Hill.
King
No,
of the Hill is
no,
like
fu-
the final
no,
piece of the
that's
Holy Trinity.
yeah. I forgot. I was like, okay, never mind. Fuck those other shows. King of the Hill's my favorite.
Hell
Yes,
yeah.
you know what?
I love King of the Hill. It's
Yeah,
one of
King
my
of the
favorite
Hill's
shows.
great. It's like
Yeah.
it's unlike any other animated show I've seen before.
One of the
'Cause
The
best.
it
only
doesn't
show that rivals King of the Hill, in my opinion, is like Prime Simpsons. Well, I mean, if we're talking like the first 6 seasons of King of the Hill or whatever, in the first
Yeah.
8 seasons of not Family Guy, of The Simpsons,
Simpsons.
then yeah, I don't know. King of the Hill is awesome.
It
I hate that I did not think to even. I forgot. Wow, but no, King of the Hill. Yeah, that's a.
it's
Oh,
a
wait.
Oh
King of the Hill
boy.
is great. Like I
Yeah.
love the energy of it. It feels like very honestly the relationship between like Bobby and
Hank.
Bobby and Hank is really identifiable because my dad came from a very conservative upbringing, very like from like a blue collar family, and I kind of
Yeah.
and my parents sort of lifted themselves up by their bootstraps in order to have a stable career, and I didn't really have to grow up in like a I guess what some baby boomers would call like entitled like back in my day sort of stuff, and
Spoon
like
fed
right,
or
kind of, yeah.
silver spoon in hand or whatever.
I
I don't
mean,
Yeah.
know.
compared to like what it was like for them growing up, and like because of that, there is sort of like just different lifestyles. Like Hank and Peggy have created a different lifestyle for their son that just they didn't have when they were younger, and because of that, there's kind of like just growing up in a new generation and that gap. There's sort of like this sort of divide. At the end of the day, they still love and care for each other, but they have trouble fully understanding each other too. There's like this delicate balance between in their relationship, but and it's very identifiable to me because I've had moments like that with my dad where we haven't really seen eye to eye on something.
Yeah.
Yeah. To wait, almost exactly what you said. I don't know about the bootstrap thing, but yeah, I really.
Like, I mean, to an extent, like I don't know if I would say like it was that dramatically different, but just like coming from like a very different upbringing and then deciding to raise your child in a way that's like kind of different, like
Right.
that kind of disparity.
But
Yeah, I'm literally Bobby Hill to my dad's Hank Hill, except
Aw.
Hank's a better father. But yeah,
Right,
oh
because like
no.
like the dad likes fishing, son isn't really into it, that sort of deal.
It's
Move on to Foil. Foil, your favorite and least favorite show.
Okay, since we're already talking about King of the Hill, King of the Hill,
Yes.
Woo!
but also Family Guy. You can never forget about Family Guy for some reason.
I mean, it did hold like Adult Swim aloft for a while because it was like one of their big moneymakers at the time.
He
Oh
is
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go off topic a little bit, but yeah, it's like with FXX now, with how Family Guy, King of the Hill now too, and I think
Oh, it's going to
Futurama.
FXX?
Hmm?
Is it going to FXX or Freeform, Family Guy?
Oh no, it's on both FXX and Freeform.
That's so weird.
Yeah. I mean, now they're also airing the older episodes too, because the weird thing with the ads, they always show seasons that came out after season 12 or so.
Right.
So they don't really show like the standard definition episodes.
Right.
and least favorite show.
Uh, can't really think of like a syndicated show or a live action show that I really hate. So I'm probably just gonna leave that blank
Cool.
for now.
I have a question before we end this, because I don't remember. Did we talk about anime at all?
I was gonna
Nope.
ah
Now.
Toonami.
and
Wow.
I'm already over the time limit that I wanted.
Welcome,
so
Toonami faithful.
Are we
You know
gonna
what? I
make
feel like
Adult Swim Part 3 where we
Oh,
talk about Toonami and the anime
yeah,
stuff
Toonami could honestly be its
and
own
King of the
podcast.
Hill, because I hate that we didn't make a whole segment for King of the Hill.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, King of the Hill is an anime.
we'll save
good
it.
one.
Yeah, I just want an excuse because I'm mad that I didn't remember King of the Hill, but
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll save
We'll
it
talk
for
about all
another
the best
time.
all the best anime, including King of the Hill.
Yep.
Yeah, of course. Cowboy Bebop and King of the Hill. That's all you need.
They go hand in hand, really.
King
And
of
you know
Hill.
what?
D&D.
We can talk. It'd be a good timing because we can talk about the Cowboy Bebop reboot and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
But yeah, I guess that's the end of the podcast. So, any last words from you guys?
Go watch King of the Hill.
Watch the Cleveland show.
Watch King of the Hill sub.
Yes.
Subbed. Subtitled. Yeah, we don't like the King of the Hill dub.
We need to find more episodes with the Japanese dub. For real.
Ooh, yes.
But yeah, I guess that's the end of it. So see you later, guys.
Thank you for
Bye.
watching.
Yeah,
Whee!
Bye
Now,
bye.
please don't say